Rachel and this her son.
Oh, and what happened?
Well, you have a minute.
I am your board liaison for all your shows.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. So I'm wrapped into everything, AD, Sunnyhill Live, which actually I saw you guys have 2 slots open. Have a band that might be maybe for Sunnyhill Live.
You have one?
I have an idea for it.
You have an idea for one? Yeah, Christopher Armstrong is working on it.
Okay, you already got them.
He's working on the list that we have. He's gonna pass it on. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I saw in the report that there were 2 open slots and
Oh, well, I think one of them, is going to be Lady. I'm talking to her on Tuesday, and I think the other one might be Christopher Armstrong. So, but I'll let you know.
That's fine. I'm so good.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They-
morning, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the South Hills, also known as Sunnyhill. It is a great joy to see so many of you seated in the back of the house when there are all these empty rows up front. I want you all to know every worship associate does shower before their Sunday service. So next week, feel free to fill in those seats up front. It is a joy to see you all here, no matter where you sit. Our mission here at Sunnyhill is to create a more just and compassionate community within and beyond our walls. My name is Mary Jo Hennessy, and I serve as a worship associate for this congregation. And if you are a newcomer or an occasional visitor to our congregation, please go to sunnyhill.org and click on the button that says New to Sunnyhill, where you can receive more information about our very vibrant congregation and to receive our weekly email newsletter called The Beat. And it comes into your mailbox just once a week on Wednesdays and provides all the details you need to know what is going on within our walls and how we work outside of our walls. And if you would like to be greeted as the newcomer that you are after the service, please take a red mug, and members will seek you out to make sure you are warmly welcomed. And if you are out there joining online today, please say hello or good morning in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. It is a great joy to know you are with us as well. And as we know, we welcome children of all ages to our service. For very quiet play, we have the children's area here in the sanctuary. For louder activities, there is a nursery right outside the door there where Joe Barker is always standing. And then there is a comfort room where no matter what age you are, if you need to walk around and make some noise, you can still hear and see the service in the back corner. And now for all of us, let's disconnect from those electronic devices, please, so we will not be interrupted by buzzing or ringing during the service. And now, there we go. Terry will come up and talk about sharing circles.
Hi, everybody. I'd like to take a minute to tell you a bit about sharing circles and why you might like to join one this year. Soul Matters sharing circles are small groups designed to create connections and deepen relationships within the Sunnyhill community while providing spiritual enrichment. Sharing circles can help foster a deeper and richer sense of connection to one another. One of the first things I did when I became a member at Sunnyhill in 2019 was to join a sharing circle, and I have participated in them and co-facilitated them ever since. Thinking about it, I realized that many of the people I'm closest to here are people I was in a sharing circle with. All groups meet on a monthly basis starting in September and October and run for approximately 90 minutes. There's an expectation that participants make an effort to attend regularly and engage with the materials beforehand and come prepared to actively participate. We hope that both new and veteran Sunnyhillers will consider participating this year. We are planning to have weekday evening groups, both virtual and in-person, and weekday afternoon in-person groups. We're adding a hands-on creativity circle this year, a writing circle, a group for parents of young children, and a wellness group. We are still looking for a few co-facilitators. We will provide the training, so if you think you might enjoy co-leading a group or would like more information about what's involved in doing so, please see one of us after the service. Sign-up forms can be found online in a link through the Beat, as well as at the table in Fellowship Hall, where we'll be standing to answer your questions and sign you up. Thank you.
Our speaker today is Sunnyhill member Tom Bussey, who participated in Reverend Jim's sermon writing class this spring. Tom's sermon is titled, "Help, You Need Somebody." This service will offer insight from Tom's Meals on Wheels experience in the neighborhoods of Pittsburgh. And as Tom says, it's not always about the food. And our opening words were written by Gary Kowalski. In this quiet hour, may our spirits be renewed. In this gathering of friends, may we be ready to extend ourselves to those in need and with trust to receive the hand that is offered. In this community of ideals, may we remember the principles that guide us and reflect upon those things that give meaning to our lives, renewing our dedication to serve the highest that we know. And in this time of worship, may our minds be open to new truth and our hearts be receptive to love as we give thanks for this life we are blessed to share. And now let us please say the words together to light our chalice. Together, we ignite this flame, symbol of our faith, to beckon us into community, warm our hearts with love, and give us a light to follow as we carry faith into action.
These hands will do the work, these feet will carry me, these arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility, and the love in this heart will set me free. Sing it with me, these hands. These hands will do the work, these feet will carry me, these arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility, and the love in this heart will set me free. Please rise and bow to your spirit, and let's sing this some more. The hand motions help. Here we go. These hands will do the work, these feet will carry me, these arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility, and the love in this heart will set me free. Harmony's good if you're feeling it. These hands will do the work, these feet will carry me, these arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility, and the love in this heart will set me free. Sing it with conviction. These hands will do the work, these feet will carry me, these arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility, and the love in this heart will set me free. If you got a body, move it. These hands will do the work, these feet will carry me, these arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility, and the love in this heart will set me free. Sing it again now. These hands will do the work, these feet will carry me, these arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility, and the love in this heart will set me free. One more time now, let's make it big. These hands will do the work, these feet will carry me, these arms will be welcoming to what these eyes can see. This mind will stay open to the possibility, and the love in this heart will set me free.
Good morning, friends. Don't know if I'm on yet. Is that one off? Check, check. Good morning. Am I on? You're on. I'm on? Okay. Good morning, friends. It is now our time for all ages. If there are any kiddos present that want to come up and listen, now's your chance. Good morning, friends. When I was a kid, just like you all, some of my heroes were not folks that I knew in real life.
Some of my heroes I only knew from TV shows. There was April, who was a really tough and strong woman from the Canadian universe. Yes, I hear that. There was Big Bird, who always wanted to learn new things. There was Miss Frizzle, who loved to teach and encourage asking questions. And then there was Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers was like the warmest, kindest, most gentle person in the whole wide world. Honestly, he was kind of like our own Joe Marker.
Joe's in here. I didn't warn you about that one. But truly, he was kind and thoughtful. He started every show singing, putting on a cardigan sweater, and then slipping into some sneakers before entering the neighborhood of make-believe. Mr. Rogers used to say that his mother taught him that when bad things are happening, to look for the helpers. There are always people who are helping. I think that that is such an important message because it reminds us to look for good and hope in the world. But sometimes, especially us grown-ups, have to take it a step further. We have to be the helpers. Now I know not everyone can be a helper all the time and shouldn't try to be. What I have learned is that the more you help others, the more it helps you. We can all be helpers at one time or another, and in big ways or small ways. We can help our parents carry groceries, or welcome a new kid to class, or sit by a friend who's lonely, or listen when a friend needs to talk, or even asking a trusted adult for help when we need it. So friends, what I want you to remember today is to look for the helpers, but also ask for help when you're the one who needs it. And when you have a chance, be a helper. And with that, we will head to our RE class. Let's sing the children out.
Oh boy. Out of control. I'm Joe Barker. A member of Sunnyhill's pastoral care team. We, the team, are here to offer support to Sunnyhill members who are going through difficult or challenge events, whatever they may be. If you are in need of such support, please reach out to a member of the pastoral care team. If you have questions, please contact Reverend Jim or a member of the team. You can submit a joy or sorrow on Sunnyhill's website or by filling out a form in the foyer. After each joy or sorrow that I read, please respond by saying, "We hold you in our hearts." We have a joy from Rachel Beam. What a privilege it was to experience the beautiful music of Mary and Jim on Friday night at their service auction concert. Their creativity and thoughtfully curated performance of mostly folk-based harmonies was truly therapy for my soul. It is one of the many reasons I feel lucky to be a Sunnyhiller. Thank you both for sharing your time and talents with us. Please do it again next year. For Rachel and Jim and Mary, we hold you in our hearts. We have a joy from Jay and Bethany Thornton. We will be dropping our son Aiden off at the airport this afternoon as he heads to Bonn, Germany for the fall semester of his senior year. We're excited for all the adventures it's going to have, but also feeling all the feels because he will be gone until December 15th. For the Thornton family, we hold you in our hearts. We have a sorrow this morning from Betty Clark. My grandmother, Helen Carizzi, passed away at age 95 peacefully this past Sunday in her home in Massachusetts. She will be missed by her 5 children and 10 grandchildren. For Betty and for all of her family, we hold you in our hearts. As we sing our musical meditation, we invite anyone in the congregation that feels moved to do so to come forward to the front of the sanctuary, light a candle, place it in the sand, and return to your seat.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the head, giving life the shape of justice. Roots will be close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea. Move in the head, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
Please join me in the spirit of meditation or prayer. Spirit of life, help us to be present with all that is our life, both our deepest sorrows and our greatest joys, so that we can truly live, engaging fully in our own life and in our community. Spirit of community, help us know how linked we are, how each one of our cares touches us all. Help us to ask for support when we are in need and offer our support to others when we are able, so that we may rest in the solace of one another's love. And Spirit of love, help us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, so that we might fully embody love and resist hatred. Spirit of resistance, help us to stick up for what is right, even when we are tired or afraid. Help us to dream of the world as it should be and act to bring that world about. Help us to find hope each day. Spirit of hope, help us through this day and each day. Help us to be present for all that is our life. For all this we pray. Amen, and blessed be.
Good morning. We were living in Bloomfield, the neighborhood in Pittsburgh, when my wife Barb retired in 2014 from her nursing career at Children's Hospital. After a few months, I think she was feeling a bit bored and without direction, and a few blocks from where we lived was a community center, which housed several community programs that served the area. One of these was a child daycare center that Barb decided would be a great place to work part-time. She felt this would provide a meaningful purpose for her and provide a much-needed service to the community. I also suspected that her grandma gene might have had something to do with it, since we did not have grandchildren at that time. The building was actually adjacent to the local branch of the Carnegie library system, which I frequented fairly often to borrow books. So I'd stop by on my way and see her and enjoy the visit in the infant room on the second floor. I also discovered that on the first floor of the building was the neighborhood Meals on Wheels operation, and there was a notice on the door soliciting volunteers. This resonated with me since I had allowed my consulting business to dwindle to just a few days per month and felt some type of volunteering would be appropriate since, like Barb, having a purpose which was focused beyond myself and was to the benefit of others was a basic value we both held. We had often joked that in retirement, there's a fine line between a life of leisure and a life of laziness. So I inquired at the office, received the necessary clearance applications, and submitted them. A few days later, they all came back approved, and I was accepted as a volunteer and assigned a schedule. That evening, as we were preparing dinner, I proudly announced to Barb that I had signed up for Meals on Wheels. Now I've heard everything. You've definitely crossed the line into a life of laziness. You can't even fix your own meals if I'm at work? Really? Was her reaction. After a great belly laugh, I explained to her that I had signed up as a volunteer, not a client. One of those, oh, never mind moments. The food is prepared in a central kitchen and delivered in bulk to the operations center where I volunteered. The paid staff and volunteers then divided the food into individual meal portions, which were packaged and loaded for delivery to the clients. The paid workers started about 8 a.m., and the volunteers reported about 9. The preparation process took about an hour and a half, and we then loaded approximately 150 meals into 5 delivery vehicles for the 5 different routes. 2 people were generally assigned to each vehicle, usually an employee and a volunteer. And I was fortunate enough to be assigned to each of the 5 routes during my tenure. So I experienced a wide range of Pittsburgh's city neighborhoods and clientele. Each route delivered about 30 meals and usually took 2 to 2.5 hours. This is from the Meals on Wheels website. At the core of the Meals on Wheels service is a nutritious meal, companionship, and a watchful eye on the health and safety of our clients. Our services allow older and disabled adults to remain independent longer. They all enjoy the meals and look forward to our interaction. There were no financial criteria to qualify as a Meals on Wheels client. The only condition was the inability to regularly secure groceries due to a physical limitation and lack of consistent support from family or friends to meet this need. There was no cost to the client, although occasionally we'd get a few dollar donation from the clients. Most of the clients lived alone and really enjoyed the human contact that we provided. A few had pets, and the occasional couple who were both clients. This was the most extensive amount of time I had spent with people with the level of limitations of most of our clients, physically, socially, and financially. And I was surprised to see that there was a client address in the apartment building right next to our home in Bloomfield, and another a few doors down in the subsidized housing complex. Many of our clients were in wheelchairs and often asked to have the meals placed in their refrigerator. And it was not unusual to be asked to perform some small service, such as opening a jar that proved too difficult for weakened or arthritic hands, or taking the garbage bag to the curb or to the apartment disposal chute was also a regular request. After a few shifts, I began to process what I was experiencing. Spending time with the paid staff was a life lesson of its own. There were a variety of approaches. Some were all business. Hi, here's your meal. How you doing? Goodbye. Others would sit in the living room or kitchen with the client and chat for a good 10, 15 minutes. But I realized that the best part for me was that I was actually living the UU principles which I had ascribed to since joining Sunnyhill. Dealing with people in very challenging situations with compassion and approach clients in a way that did not undermine their worth and dignity. I wanted to communicate that they deserved the food and the visit that was provided, and not perceive the process as one of charity begrudgingly bestowed by society. There were no clients that looked like me. All were physically challenged to some degree, wheelchair, walker, canes, or slow and wobbly walking. All had limited social capital of consistent family, friend, or neighborhood assistance. And I don't think any had the resources to regularly pay for food or grocery delivery. My perception was that only a few were older than I was. So another result of this experience was an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the many physical, social, and financial blessings that I have. The experience with several clients resulted in permanent and very moving memories for me. One was from a young-ish, in his 40s, black man that had been a performing musician whose reputation was an excellent musician on the rise to make his mark on the national music scene. Unfortunately, he had suffered a massive stroke, which robbed him of his ability to play music, walk steadily, or even talk consistently, coherently. But he was the most upbeat, cheerful, and positive person I ever encountered during my volunteer tenure. He spoke haltingly, but always smiled and had a positive comment about something. His glass was at least half full. When I complimented him on how pleasant it was to visit with him and that he enhanced my day with his bright outlook, his reply was essentially that although we don't have complete control over what happens to us, we do control the response, and he had chosen positivity. It was a powerful lesson for me, to my view and response to the petty inconveniences in my life, and not just for the short term, but permanently. And I like to think I have succeeded, mostly. A few clients were very fearful, and we would call them from the car to advise them that we were about to make a delivery. One or two would open the door, usually still chained, just enough to reach out, grab the bag of food, murmur a short thanks, and close the door. So there were some clients that I never laid eyes on. Since the majority of our clients were physically disabled, our delivery occasionally occurred when a visiting nurse or other healthcare professional was present. Since I married a nurse, I am well aware of the demands that taking care of people's physical needs requires. So I made it a point to thank and compliment their commitment to our clients. Most clients would echo and expand my remarks, and it seemed that an outsider's observance and compliment of their services were infrequent, but very much appreciated. So I like to think that my volunteer service increased the amount of compassion in the universe. One very elderly and frail woman lived alone and was in a wheelchair and would ask me to divide her package of food and put some in the refrigerator and leave the rest within reach. As I did this, I would ask how she was getting along and if there was anything I could do to be helpful. Sometimes I would retrieve an item from another room or adjust the window shades for her. I noticed that her walls were nearly covered with large pictures of people of a wide range of ages, usually in fairly formal dress. So I thought were likely taken by a professional photographer in a studio or staged setting. Judging by the style of clothes and the somewhat faded condition of the pictures, they were likely taken decades earlier. I asked if they were family, which she confirmed, and then after a quiet pause, said they were nearly all gone. And the few that were left lived far away. Her sense of loss and loneliness was palpable. I left with misty eyes, thinking how fortunate I was to have close friends close and the ability to travel and visit family and friends who did not live close. Since I was sort of a floating volunteer and rarely was assigned to the same route twice in a row, it could be a month or more between seeing the same client. One older Italian lady, who I assumed had immigrated since she spoke with a very pronounced Italian accent, living in Little Italy, neighborhood of Pittsburgh, I had become accustomed to it. Excuse me. She was always pleasant when I arrived, but usually had some critique of her apartment building and occasionally her neighbors. And it seemed like there was one lady who lived a few doors down the hall of the apartment building that particularly irritated her for any number of reasons. I tried to temper her irritation with some positive remark about the weather or a positive local news event or the meal I was delivering. And surprisingly enough, it usually worked, and I managed to get a smile from her, and we'd part with a laugh. This was back when the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette published a hard copy every day, and as is my habit, I glanced through the obituaries when I read the paper. Wanted to make sure I wasn't listed. One day, I was shocked to see her picture with a rather long obituary. I learned more about her life. She had, in fact, immigrated from Italy as a young girl. She had been widowed for a long time and had no children. This all reinforced her humanity to me, and I surprised myself by tearing up reading her obituary. I was especially shocked to learn that she was a few years younger than me. Ask not for whom the bell tolls. So, was somewhat of a spontaneous whim signing up for Meals on Wheels, I wound up practicing my UU commitment to compassion and affirming the inherent worth and dignity of everyone. And not just for a few moments with people like me, but for hours with a wide variety of people in situations that I previously only knew of intellectually. And I had the privilege of learning their reality directly. I know that I am a better person for this experience because I know that I should and can be compassionate and without judgment, at least more often than not. Acting on my UU values strengthened my commitment to them because I realized that I received so much more than I gave. Amen. That message was brought to you by listeners like you and by the new team that is working for opportunities for Sunnyhillers to strengthen their UU values through service to others. I'd like to introduce Jen and Elizabeth to provide the details. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tom, for your words this morning and for giving us the opportunity to share a little bit about the Sunnyhill Action Team. Earlier in the service, I shared a little bit about Mr. Rogers and how he was one of my childhood heroes. And I know I am not alone, especially for those of us who grew up here in Pittsburgh in Mr. Rogers' actual neighborhood. One of the things I love about sharing Mr. Rogers as a hero is that he wasn't a superhero. He didn't have He-Man's super strength or the Flash's super speed. He didn't have Inspector Gadget's go-go gadget arms. He was a hero because he was kind. He was gentle and thoughtful. He paid attention, and he taught generations of children that those qualities aren't signs of weakness. They can be powerful. And I think that's something worth remembering as adults.
The Sunnyhill Action Team, Actions for Community Transformation in Our Neighborhood, I know that's a mouthful, so from here on we're just action, is one way that we can put these qualities into practice. Our mission, the Action Team's mission, is pretty simple: to take our Unitarian Universalist values and turn them into action, to support our neighbors, to strengthen our community partnerships, and create a culture of service, generosity, and justice, both within and beyond our congregation and these walls. We want to help Sunnyhillers show up. Here at Sunnyhill, we have a rich and dynamic history of showing up for social justice. We don't just show up for marches, we lead marches. That work matters. Social justice means advocating for changes to policies, laws, and systems so that our communities become more equitable and just. But while we work toward those larger changes, there are people in our local communities right here who need us right now.
And that's where you come in. Maybe there's an organization that you already care about. Maybe there's a community need that you've noticed. Maybe there's something your family does together that you'd love to turn into an opportunity for service. I lost my spot. Oh, hold on. Where'd I go? Where'd it go? Okay, hold on. Sorry, I skipped a whole line. Oh my goodness. Okay, and that's where service comes in. Rewind. Okay, we have Sunnyhillers already showing up for organizations like SHIM, Foster Love Project, Meals on Wheels, and the Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. The action team is hoping to build on those individual relationships and create more opportunities for us all to participate together. Since we launched this spring, we've opened and managed the Sunnyhill Little Food Pantry, built by the Vipperman family. Woo! We've purchased and packaged groceries for Casa San Jose. We've collected school supplies for SHIM. We've helped at the Mount Washington Community Garden. And today, there's Sunnyhillers in the choir room right now donating blood to local hospitals. Our next Casa San Jose grocery packing event is October 11th between services, and we're working on upcoming projects with One Hood, the Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, the Hope Foundation, Global Links, and the PERSAD Center.
And here is where all of you come in. Maybe there's an organization that you already care about. Maybe there's a community need you've noticed. Maybe there's something your family does together that you'd love to turn into an opportunity for service. Tell us. The action team has an intake form on the Sunnyhill website. There is also links in the BINK, in the beat. And we'll have a table after the service where you can talk to us. Look for the trolley symbol. Oh, the trolley symbol's gone. But look for the trolley symbol. There it is. That's the trolley symbol. We're especially looking for projects that are intergenerational, opportunities where children, teenagers, adults, and elders can all participate meaningfully together. Kindness and compassion are not just values we talk about. These are values that we practice together.
The action team is Corey Vipperman, Josh Young, Nikki Natali, Elizabeth Mortimer, and myself. We would love to have you join us for an upcoming project. You don't have to be a superhero to make a difference. You just have to notice, you have to care, and then sometimes you have to show up.
And like Mr. Rogers, we can show the world that kindness and compassion are pretty super qualities after all. Thanks.
All right, Sunnyhill, please rise, embody your spirit. Let's show up. You gotta do. You gotta do. You gotta do when the Spirit says do. You gotta do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you gotta do. Oh Lord, you gotta do when the Spirit says do. You gotta sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. You gotta sing when the Spirit says sing. When the Spirit says sing, you gotta sing. Oh Lord, you gotta sing when the Spirit. You gotta dance. You gotta dance when the Spirit. Go, Bob. You gotta dance when the Spirit says dance. When the Spirit says dance, you gotta dance. Oh Lord, you gotta dance. The Spirit says, oh, we gotta laugh. We gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh. You gotta laugh when the Spirit says laugh. When the Spirit says laugh, you gotta laugh. Oh Lord, you gotta laugh when the Spirit. Shout it out. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. You gotta shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you gotta shout. Oh Lord, you gotta shout when the Spirit. You gotta do. Do when the Spirit says
And our Share of the Plate beneficiary for the month of August is Frontline Dignity, a local organization that builds community capacity to respond lawfully to federal immigration enforcement through training, local and national partnerships, and the development of neighbors into principled organizers. You can make a gift online on our website or by text at 412-324-3130. We'll be passing our offering baskets for cash and checks in just a moment. And if you are writing a check, please make it out to UUCSH and put Share the Plate in the memo line. And as always, thank you for your generosity. Please join us in extinguishing our chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And before our closing words, I just thought I'd like to extend thanks to Tom Bussey again for sharing his experiences with us. Thank you, Tom. And now our closing words are attributed to an ancient Chinese proverb. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. And if you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. But if you want happiness for a lifetime, help somebody. Go in peace.